the messages that are coming back from the new horizon, we are being able to really see in deep detail what is going on with Pluto. And with that also comes the astrological impact that is having on our whole society, our whole world, because it is becoming conscious that now we are going into the depths of a detail of a world that we only thought of as some fuzzy kind of a little ice planet out there, and with 5 planets with a ring around it. It's wonderful because we get to see deeply actually what is going on in that planet. The sign represents going deep and fearlessly into our subconscious to also find the depths of anything that could be limiting us, keeping us inside the coffin of our consciousness. If we take a look at what has happened to us in our upbringing or traumas that has happened where we just wanted to block it, when we say, I don't want to look at that, it's too painful to look at that, well, then you're going to kill yourself through drugs or through just numbing yourself down. And we don't want to do that. This is now the time to be fearless and just get ready to step out and explore yourself and discover yourself on so many levels. The Scorpio energy is about the things we want to hide from ourselves, the things that we don't want to see because it's just too intense and it's just too painful. Well, hey, it's more painful to be living a death than it is to face the pain of that which is killing you. And then you can then come alive and say, you know what, that's not going to kill me anymore. That has no power over me. And that is how liberation happens. So let's see how that will then join with Pisces. Pisces is a mutable sign, very changeable, very ready for communication. I want to talk about this and learn about that, and that's what mutable signs all love to do. They just like to keep moving on and learning new things and expanding and just getting over something and moving on to something else. It's water. Water is very emotional, sensitive, and Pisces is one of the most sensitive signs out there. Very sensitive. When you look at the card for Pisces, it's the moon. And the moon has the crawfish coming out of the pool of the unconscious. The unconscious is what runs our life. It rules our life. And if you don't explore what is creeping up out of you so that you can bring it out into the world of light, the light of the world. This is the sun and the moon shining at the same time, walking through duality, not judging it as good or bad, but just what was, like what happened to me before. Then we can look at the pain that can bring up, but it will also open you up to Jupiter, which is, it is time for you to awaken, a time for good luck to start happening, the time to have faith again, because when we understand why we go through what we go through, when we realize the Hangman, which is the card that represents Pluto, Neptune being the planet that is totally connected to Pisces, and then what we're looking at here is an energy that says, you know what, our lives has been, in a sense, guided by God, spirit, something outside of us. How much can we say that we're in control of our life? We can't. We can only go with the flow, but actually, when some people talk about Akashic records and we talk about the Tree of Life, which is the big picture of personal evolution through conscious evolution, but on a personal level, as a Piscean, Pisces sun, moon rising, or many signs in Pisces, or having a lot of focus on Neptune, we're talking about a very dreamy world, a world of outside of this reality. And to be in this reality is very difficult for Pisces people to do. And they like to escape and they want to surrender, give up. And that's why the Christian movement was started. They brought in the age of Pisces. They were very much into sacrificing themselves for a higher good or for God and that kind of stuff, which is a wonderful thing to do. It feels good. But let's look deeper into it. Are we then sacrificing ourselves or giving up of our power because I just want to feel good, just because I want to fantasize that everything is okay? That is called denial. And Pluto will not let you go into denial. It will do something to wake you up. That's just the way that Pluto works. Scorpio, as a personality, it's saying, hey, you got to look at stuff. I can feel where you are, but let's bring it out into the open, focus it so that we can open up what is going on inside that has crawled out of your unconscious. Because Pisces tend to live a lot in the world of dreams. And these dreams actually are ones of thinking of the highest and the best and having faith and confidence in life and people and God and all this kind of stuff. And that can be very difficult when we live in this particular world. And so, they're dreamers. And that is what Neptune is about, God of the sea, dreaming about things being better, letting go, letting God, that type of stuff. Well, we do have to let go and let God at times, but let's do it with a choice that this is what we're up to. Because another planet that goes with Pisces is Venus. And Venus is the goddess of love and beauty, relationships, all that is possible. And that's what the Empress represents. Empress and Venus are totally connected. When we have beautiful relationships, when we are having harmonious relationships with other people and animals and nature, it's just very fruitful, and it's very wonderful. And that's where the dreaming can come in. I can be out in the open, and I can be in an ashram or at a temple, and I can just be present with the glory of what God is and all that. But you can't miss out on your personal lesson, which is the stuff that could be crawling up out of your unconscious. And it is now, anytime you deal with fear or sense of hopelessness or powerlessness or anything like that, use this Plutonian energy for now so that you can then look at that and say, let me explore some of these creepy feelings that are going on. Because when the moon is mastered, that is when you become more really a clear psychic, a clear mystic, because they are mystics. And, Scorpio is a magician. Imagine a magician that is also a mystic, that is in touch with the unconscious, revealed, and the truth coming out, and also understanding that much of our lives was designed elsewhere, and that it is our lesson, and that it is our blessing. With the Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter is our blessing to be here and utilize the time that we have in this life to be able to transcend that which is from the pool of the unconscious, which can come all the way back from ancestors and stuff, to come up to now and be creative and be making a world that is as beautiful as Pisces knows that it can be.